Them night they stay up, can't sleep. One of them thing there. They call it poetic justice. Whether this is a hit or miss, I'll appreciate our first kiss because it caused us to experience bliss. Even if you walk out the door, I'll pick my heart up off the floor. I won't allow it to affect my core. On my own, I'll be able to soar. I don't want you to leave, but if you do, I won't grieve. I was wearing my heart on my sleeve. You refuse to believe. They call it poetic justice. How I'm at the north end of your compass. Together we create a ruckus like the best or even worst substance. Even if you're poison and your heart was frozen, you'd still be the one I would have chosen to sit with me and stare at the horizon.
Poets, by which I mean all artists, are finally the only people who know the truth about us.
Alright, so I have a variety of poems. I don't know what kind of vibe I feel tonight, but I give you what me I feel. I'm going to see if I feel what me I feel. You see me? Alright. This one is kind of unfinished, but I wanted to share the piece I have now and tell me if I like it. Yeah? Alright. So, do you even have a name or none? The beat starts to play. He starts to rap about how he's here to stay. Then he proceeds to describe a woman and what he'd love to do to her from her insides to her bosoms. But he knows that she doesn't even notice him, and the light that he once saw shining is now dim. Then he wonders why the children won't focus on their books, not realizing that he's influencing them to only pay attention to the way a woman looks. I have to wonder how he expects them to behave any differently. His music is portraying a message that's opposite from chivalry. Yet that's the way he anticipates them to behave, even though his music is the master and they're the slaves. He's a puppet master controlling the strings. Left hand up, right hand down, soon he'll be popping off their limbs. It's hard for them to have a mind of their own. They're still growing, so they look for a role model, not realizing they should have left this one alone. You can't blame anyone but yourself for being a bad influence. You make the music that you think sells, but at what cost to the children's innocence? Your main concern is how much money is going in your pocket. You want your fame to hurry and skyrocket so you can sit and count up your profit. Will it all be worth it? When you have your family and you're rich and famous, then the daughter gets her heart broken by a guy who says your music has made him shameless? He used you to guide his love life, but now you feel responsible for the knife in your daughter's heart, causing her to feel constant strife. When I feel it? Yeah?
That's a lot of shade. That's a lot of shade.
If you don't listen? No! More. Alright. This one is mainly for my artists, my creatives, and most can understand me I talk about that one there. It's funny how artistic we become when our hearts are broken. Our minds instantly open and all of a sudden the words are just constantly flowing. We then take a breath of fresh air and realize we're choking on a love that was actually the opposite. It's now left our hearts frozen. We were drowning in the deep end and couldn't even save ourselves. We were always the last option, the book collecting the most dust on the library shelves. It's like our heads have hit the concrete and burst wide open. The words start spewing out, we realize we're not entirely hopeless. Then we notice we gotta stop allowing others to affect how we feel. They break our hearts and instantly we feel as though we can't stand anymore, we have to kneel. And our hearts feel like this just can't be real. It's as if a rusty piece of steel has been pushed straight through it trying to make us squeal. But we're always gonna get back on our feet. Whether it's days, weeks, or months, we won't stay discreet. We turn the pain into art and it's also bittersweet. You just have to lick your lips and wonder how something so bitter could then become such a sweet treat. It's not even funny how artistic we become when our hearts are broken, but our minds take the brokenness and make a remix. We realize that we're actually a golden token. We can't be held down, we're gonna fly high like a phoenix. High to the sky like Sky High the movie. They never wanted us to look up because they feared we'd see the true beauty. But now we're looking down on them from the top. Who would have known we could have made it farther than the rooftop? They doubt us and have no trust in our skills. But that's okay because we don't need guns or knives to produce our kills. The wordplay and diction will do that all on their own. Soon they'll be wondering how we ended up on the throne. Creative juices are flowing through our veins. This heartbreak can't hold us down in chains. They're trying to keep us down like in the slavery days. But we're breaking free and clearing our ancestors' names. Take a look at our faces. Make sure you remember, this ain't a crash, not a fender bender. Just know that if your body happens to be dismembered, it was by the words from our lips that we chanted from January to December. If my heart could talk, I want to hold your hand and tell you everything will be okay. Even though I know you wouldn't believe me right away, that's okay, because I'll be here whenever you need me, whether night or day. It's crazy how I've been feeling about you lately. Being around you makes me feel like I'm in safety. You drive me insane, but I promise I won't complain. I'd rather be insane for you than talk to somebody else and be completely sane. They may have to lock me up in an asylum, or better yet, they could just ship us out to live on our own island. I can feel whenever your mood changes. I have to wonder if it's a sickness because it's so contagious. Then I realize it's just a thing with you. You never have to tell me how you felt, but somehow I still knew. You affect me like no other. I don't know if it's ever crossed your mind, but I just want you to know you'll never be a bother. Luck has never been my thing, yet I've gotten so lucky to be able to have a person in my life who is beyond lovely. I just have to take some time to sit back and think how someone could come into your life and quench my thirst like the best drink. I was stuck in the Sahara Desert and you're my water. And though I'm out of the heat, you being in my life makes me feel hotter. Your presence alone makes me nervous, but it makes me wonder what you're hiding below the surface. I want to uncover the secrets you keep to yourself. When it comes on to you, I want to have all the intel. I want to hold your hand and tell you everything will be okay. And hopefully, you'll actually believe me one day and tell me, thank you, baby. This is the last one, which also ending on a bit of a love note. No? I don't know if I want to do that one day unless it's the last one. So, alright, see the second to last one. Yeah? Alright, a piece of peace. I think I've touched a piece of peace, but it isn't the piece I was looking for, it was only a slice. And I guess I'll have to settle because at least I didn't have to pay a price. The hefty price peace usually goes for like taking one's humanity. Got them wondering if they're even sane anymore, gotta be locked up for insanity. I'm touching and gripping, wondering how long this will last. For it was just a piece of peace, it can't put the pieces together, or at least not as fast. My humanity wasn't at stake, yet my heart feels like a well-done steak, battered and bruised with nothing but my love to lose, and somehow you made my heart break. I thought I touched a piece of peace, but it seems it was just an illusion. So now I'm searching to actually find peace, but all the roads are just leading to more confusion. Follow the yellow brick road, it'll pave your way. But I wasn't warned of all the obstacles that would lead me astray, or even the fact that the yellow brick road couldn't help me find peace and let it stay. It would lead me to everything dressed up as peace, as it made my patience slowly decrease. I had to think of all the set pieces that could easily lead to checkmate. So then maybe one day I could grab a hold of, we could sit across from each other like we were on a romantic date. Peace is not the easiest thing to come by, yet I've thought I had it most whenever you were by my side. But I've slowly realized that peace can't be determined on whether our love lived or died. So I'm contemplating on if I'm willing to sacrifice more of my inner peace that doesn't even exist anymore, for a love that could easily end with, I'm sorry, but I lied. I lay my peace within your palm, determined that you'd keep it safe. But as soon as you thought you found another, you ditched it and ran as if you were in a race. Did you at least come in first place? Or did you soon realize that I was actually a safe space? I know you're running with no destination, hoping that there may be someone out there who could help you find a bit of salvation. The pieces of my piece that I leased to you are officially gone, but I now know how to form a new piece and forget about those pieces that I once gave away. Alright, so remember somebody said third to last? I know this one was second to last. Alright, I got you. Realistic nightmare. Them say them things then a go on a yard, cause them always a seat in a movie and for news bout abroad. Some want know what explanation them have for the young girls going missing one by one. Searching and cannot be found. Do you even know if they're still around? Nobody's to show if they're alive or dead. So everybody just assume them run with lay them head pan a man bed. But what if in reality they're shouting some pleas, hoping that anybody out there could hear their cries and screams? If only they knew no one would come to their rescue. This is a trafficking scheme and they're the ones on the menu. Daddy's little girl run out like wildfire. Every man wants her to fulfill them desire. Them say virgins are the most expensive. Through them untouched, them think them have the blessing. The ever blessed good love everybody wants a feel. Them a slowly go round and try cop a feel, but at the wrong feeling strain, them a try rob. Daddy now make him look a girl go so easily to Uncle Bob. Mommy thinks that Bob have good intentions, so she not even think for ask no questions. It's a good thing Daddy was around for have an intervention. Them say human trafficking in Jamaica no exists, but tell that to the one them will lock up and a try find the right exits. Few of them lucky enough to actually escape. Then them brave enough to tell them story and it's like stick broken in your ears. You don't realize what them a say you want to see it on videotape. But the news in Jamaica not gonna report on that. Them prefer to talk about politics and overthrow who or what. The government more concerned about getting more money. Them don't even care where to come from, it could have even bloody. All them want to fill them pockets. When the crime and violence are going, it's like them flip them eye round in its sockets. Like Protege say, if you check the situation, a blood money run a nation. But we want to know how much more blood need for shed. Because at this point, the whole nation have a bloody foundation. Human trafficking doesn't even matter to them because they're the ones who are profiting. They don't even think about what if it was their daughter, son, or even mother. Then quickly you'd notice how much it was a bother. They don't know the ones they're putting in danger, so they tune out the screams of the millions of strangers, locked up away from their families, begging and pleading to be returned to society, because they can't take it anymore. It's taking a toll on their anxiety. But these people don't have any form of humanity. They're just looking to make some quick money and bask in their vanity. Don't they realize their minds have been overridden by insanity? Them say them things they not go on a yard, cause them always are sitting in a movie and for news about abroad. Some want no explanation them have. For the young girls, boys, women, men going missing one by one. Last one. Of awareness. If you're going to love me, then you have to love all of me. The good, bad, and the ugly, not the version you want me to be. If you're going to tell me you love me, please mean it. Don't just say it because I did or because you feel it's the right thing to say in the moment. I wouldn't want you to regret a single word you've uttered, even though if you said you loved me, I'd be flattered. You're not one to express your feelings, and this I understand. I can only hope that if you know you love me, you'll be able to say it without it being planned. If you're going to love me, then you have to love all of me, not just the bits and pieces that fill you with glee. If you're going to tell me you love me, don't hesitate. Keep the hesitation to yourself for when you sit and contemplate. Tell me what love means to you. Tell me how it makes you feel, happy or blue. Tell me how it inspires you to do things you never thought you'd do. Tell me how you wish it's something you never felt or went through. If you're going to love me, then you have to love all of me. I'm not charging you, you can get my heart for free. If you're going to tell me you love me, tell me at what cost. Is it because you want to gain something or because without me you feel lost? Tell me all the things that linger in your mind. Tell me if you believe in the stars and if you think ours have aligned. Tell me if you believe that love is blind and whether or not I was a hard one to find. What's on your mind? Are you willing to share? I won't judge, I just want to know because for you I care, just in case you weren't aware. Well, I guess I want some inspiration just from life around me, really. The people I interact with on a daily basis, stuff like that.
For real, some of these taboo topics that you talk about, nobody really wants to talk about them. Yeah. But I mean, what really grabs you and says, okay, I'm gonna talk about this topic, like this is important enough for me to write about?
It's not even important enough, it's more just like an awareness thing, because like I said in the poem, people don't talk about these things on the media. You have to actually dig deep to find out about certain things. Like one day I was on Twitter and somebody was tweeting about how them brother gets shot and news no report on that, but they might still talk about the whole Peter versus Peter crap. Nobody no business. You get what I'm saying?
For real.
Every day my mother says she watch news, I move because I bear politics in my ear.
For real.
And I just feel like there are more important things going on in the country than for them to just be talking about politics all the time. Like, yeah, I get it. We have to choose what will lead us and all them things there. But at the same time, we need to know what other things can we do as a people, as a country together. Not just the people on top with the money. I got those things. So them things that hurt me, like fully hurt me, and the way how I express my hurt is through writing. So as soon as I see them something I go on, it just hurt me to the core. Alright.
If it's only for survival, then you dead on arrival.